Good evening. I am Sarah Gibson, advisor of the Taunton High National Honor Society, along with my assistant, Julianne Barbour, and we would like to welcome you to our 76th annual induction ceremony. We are here to celebrate the remarkable academic, social, and civic achievements of our most outstanding students by inducting 92 new members into the Taunton High School chapter of the National Honor Society. At this time, I would like to welcome our treasurer, Cam Dorr, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. The presentation of the colors will be led by the Taunton High School JROTC. Please remain standing at the conclusion of the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I would now like to call Elena Maraska, member of the National Honor Society and member of the Select Chorus, to sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does our star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. At this time, I want to thank Cameron and Elena. That was wonderful. As your assistant principal, it is my pleasure to introduce your National Honor Society officers. President Emerson DuPont, Vice President Abigail Daugherty, Secretary Ava Paliuka, Treasurer Cameron Dorr, Historian Maya Langham, and Community Service Coordinator Sophie Pulowski. And the advisors of our National Honor Society, I'd like to introduce Ms. Sarah Gibson and Ms. Julie Barbour. And in the audience with us tonight are members of our NHS Faculty Advisory Committee. At this time, I want to recognize Mrs. Kathy Barriga, Mr. Michael Fox, Mr. Jared Homer, Mrs. Tracy Menard, and Mrs. Jessica Willette. And at this time, I would like to invite our principal, Dr. John Harrison, to the podium.
Thank you. I would now like to introduce the staff and dignitaries on stage. When I call your name, please stand up and be recognized. Our associate principals, Jason Torres, Dominique Williams, Lee Lefebvre, Tricia Tweedy, and we have curriculum supervisors here tonight. We have Dr. Tricia Mata, Mr. Gregory Gay, Ms. Darla Hartung, and I guess you get two introductions, Miss Tracy Menard. At this time, I would like to invite our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. John Cabral, to address the inductees.
So before I begin and give my remarks, do we have anyone in the audience who is currently serving or has served in any of our armed forces? If you have, please stand up. And if we have anyone who's a first responder in our community or first responder in another community, would you also please stand up? I always think it's the right thing to do to recognize those who make events such like this. No, fortunate that we can come here and celebrate and recognize the amazing students we have in front of us this evening. So I'd be remiss if I didn't begin my remarks by saying that our mayor sends her regrets. She cannot be with us this evening. But on behalf of the mayor and speaking to you as an educator, as the superintendent of schools, and tonight I get to speak to you as a parent. So for all the caregivers in the audience this evening, I share these remarks on your behalf as well. So it's a privilege to stand before you tonight as we celebrate the induction of these outstanding students into the National Honor Society. This evening is a recognition of your hard work, dedication, and the values you uphold. Tonight is also a special night for me and my family. As an educator and as a superintendent and as a dad, my wife and I celebrate the induction of our daughter into the National Honor Society. Seeing her and all that she has done and all her friends have done and being recognized for their achievements is a proud moment because I have literally seen many of you grow up before my eyes. The four pillars of the National Honor Society, scholarship, service, character, and leadership, are not just ideals. They are principles that will guide you in many years ahead. Scholarship is more than grades and academic achievements. It is a mindset. It's a commitment to lifelong learning. Your curiosity and drive to expand your knowledge will help you navigate the challenges and opportunities that will face you in the world ahead. In a world where technology is rapidly evolving, scholarship also means embracing innovation and exploration. The willingness to adapt, experiment, and think critically about new advancements will be key to your success. Keep questioning, keep learning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what is possible. Character is what you do when no one is watching. It is reflected in your honesty, integrity, and the way you treat others. In a world that often values quick success over strong principles, your character will set you apart. Stay true to your values and make choices that reflect who you truly are. Service is about giving of yourself, not because it is required, but because you recognize the impact of contributing to something greater. True service is rooted in empathy, seeing the needs of others and stepping forward to help in meaningful ways. Leadership is not just about titles or positions, but in how you influence and inspire others. grows naturally from service. This is the essence of servant leadership, which is not about recognition, but about supporting those around you and ensuring that others have opportunities and access to succeed. Leadership is not about standing above. It is about standing with and standing for others. And that is why this year, our district's theme of belonging is so important to me and to those on stage. Belonging is essential to leadership and service. When people feel valued and included, they do their best work and contribute in meaningful ways. As National Honor Society members, you have the opportunity to foster a culture where every student, every teacher, and every member of our community feels they belong. Leadership is not about personal success, but about creating an environment where others can succeed as well. As you take on leadership roles, I encourage you to embrace challenges and discomfort. As Simon Sinek has stated in Leaders Eat Last, there are many ways to respond to discomfort. We can run from it, but it's not the best option because avoiding an uncomfortable situation just perpetuates the discomfort. The better way to deal with discomfort is to lean into tension. Growth and change happen in those moments of challenge. Rather than avoiding them, face them with confidence. So tonight, as you are inducted into the National Honor Society, remember these 4 pillars are not just words on a banner, they are the values that will shape your future as you strive for excellence, you continue to serve with empathy, act with integrity, and lead by example. Congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Superintendent Cabral. And now, please join me in welcoming Ms. Christine Fagan, Secretary to the Taunton School Committee.
Good evening. I know your program says that Dr. Gregory DeMello was going to be here. I'm not him. I'm not here incognito, and he's a lot taller than I am. But he wasn't feeling very well tonight, and he wanted me to let you all know he's very sorry he couldn't be here because this is one of his favorite nights. It's also one of my favorite nights. I had 6 sons come through Taunton High School starting in 1990 and ending in 2008 when the last one graduated from here. And then the grandchildren started coming. So I've had a lot of experience here. I've spent a lot of time with the Taunton Public Schools. And I love this night because the students that are here work so hard. When I was in high school, I went to Somerset High. I'm not from Taunton originally, though I've been here so long, everybody thinks I've been here forever. And sometimes I feel like I've been here forever. But I really, really enjoyed all the time I spent here and still coming to these events. You get here because you work hard. I was in the National Honor Society, and it was an honor, and I'm sure you all feel the same way. And by the way, I want to tell you, I walked in here tonight, and it looked like I was in a formal party. You students really dressed up really nice tonight to be here, so I want to commend you for that. But, you know, you make us very proud. You make your parents proud. I remember every time my kids came home, and they always brought their friends, and they had reports to do, and, you know, you'd have to run to the library. You don't have to do that so much anymore. I don't even know if any of you know where the Taunton Public Library is. I still like going, but, you know, you have all the advantages that we didn't have. You have your computers, access to so much stuff, and it's a whole different world. But you know what? I'm sure your parents still go out and buy you posters for your science fairs and make sure you have everything you need. So you owe a debt of gratitude to your parents also for, you know, because they help you out. You know, if they don't support you, it's not as good for you to not have the support. So you ought to all thank your parents. And I thank you as a member of the school committee. And while I'm up here, before I forget, I have some colleagues over there from the school committee. Next to Mr. Cabral is Ms. Donna Shavs, who used to be a math teacher at the high school. Mr. Nate Pulowski, whose daughter is here. And Mr. Louis Laura, I'm also a member of the school committee. So we all work well together. We're happy to be here, and we're very proud of all of you. And I hope you have a wonderful time this evening, and you really do look very nice. Thank you.
Thank you all for the opportunity to honor you and celebrate you tonight. You are an incredible group of young leaders, our National Honor Society students. This moment is one of significant pride for Taunton High School and the city of Taunton. Tonight, we recognize your scholarship, your character, leadership, and service that you've brought to this special place. Let me say to each inductee sitting here, we are also proud of you. The journey to becoming a member of the National Honor Society is not easy. It requires hard work, dedication, and a commitment that speaks to the product of all your contributions to society. But before you move on to the next goal or challenge, because I know you're all ambitious people and always thinking ahead to the next obstacle or opportunity, I want to ask you to pause for a moment. Look around the room, let it sink in that this is a remarkable achievement. You are part of something truly special. To be in the National Honor Society at Taunton High School, one of the largest schools in Massachusetts, is extraordinary. We often rush from milestone to the next, barely taking the time to appreciate what we've accomplished. But tonight, stop, celebrate yourself. You are on a path that will lead you to doing amazing things and make a difference. And this world needs you. To the families here tonight, parents and caregivers, you are the foundation of these students' success. Thank you for your encouragement, your sacrifices, and unwavering support for each of the inductees. And to the staff, our teachers, counselors, and mentors, thank you for always believing in these students, challenging them, and guiding them along the way. Students, as you move forward from this celebration, be proud. Let this achievement be a reminder of your potential, a symbol that you are special and an inspiration to model what you've accomplished. Thank you, and once again, congratulations. And now I'd like to invite Emerson DuPont to deliver the President's Address.
Inductees, current members, families, friends, and distinguished guests, good evening. My name is Emerson DuPont, and I am the Taunton High School National Honor Society President. First and foremost, I would like to thank you all for being here tonight. I would also like to congratulate the soon-to-be inducted members of the National Honor Society who are ready to step up and be the next generation of leaders. Induction into the National Honor Society marks a key milestone in your high school career. The current members supporting you in the audience tonight will no longer be those that you look up to as underclassmen. Instead, you will now be part of this group of leaders. We have no doubt that you will accomplish great things, which will make not only the Taunton High School National Honor Society community proud, but the community that extends much farther outside of these walls. Please know that we, alongside all of your other supporters, are extremely proud of all that you already have and all that you will accomplish. As I stand before you tonight, it feels like just yesterday that I was sitting in my seat awaiting my turn to be inducted. I know it's cliche to say, but time really does fly, which makes it that much more important to make sure you are living in the moment and appreciating every step along this journey. I'd like to share some advice that my parents have tried to instill in me since I was young that has helped me in my own journey. And it was only in the last few months that I fully started embracing it. Take time to listen to others' opinions and feelings, but make decisions that make you truly happy. As you step into these next chapters of your life, you will have moments filled with opportunities for growth, moments of challenge, and moments of resolutions that will shape your trajectory. This may sometimes mean making tough choices that aren't always popular, but that is okay. I feel like I'm not alone in saying that I often consider what others expect of me before reflecting on what I truly want. This habit often stems from a desire to meet expectations or avoid disappointing those around me, even if it means setting aside my own preferences. Over this past year, as I continued to be faced with tough decisions, such as deciding where I wanted to continue my education and whether I wanted to continue my athletic career as well, breaking this habit was essential for my personal growth. When I was able to recognize this area for improvement in the decision-making process, I saw great changes in how I approach and handle challenging situations. As I did with the situations above and many others, always remember to reflect on the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society for guidance, those being character, scholarship, leadership, and service. Character. Stay true to yourself by making choices that reflect your values, but also strive to consider the feelings, beliefs, and circumstances of others with empathy and understanding. Scholarship. Be a lifelong learner. Regardless of whether you're still pursuing your studies, always strive to make decisions that teach you something new. Leadership. Lead by example. Demonstrate the strength of pursuing the goals that are right for you and inspire others to confidently follow their own path. Service. Devote yourself to helping others along the way. Be kind and supportive of those around you and do your best to make a positive, lasting impact. So tonight, in closing, I would once again like to thank everyone on the stage and in the audience for their unwavering support of the National Honor Society, its mission, and its members. Thank you. I would now like to call our Vice President, Abigail Doherty, to introduce tonight's guest speaker.
It is a true privilege to introduce today's guest speaker, Michael Quinn. Mike's accomplishments serve as an inspiring example of what dedication, perseverance, and a commitment to excellence can achieve. Mike graduated as the salutatorian of his high school class in 2019 and was a proud member of the National Honor Society, embodying the values of scholarship, leadership, service, and character throughout his academic career. Beyond the classroom, Mike was a leader in athletics, namely the basketball court, serving as captain of his high school varsity basketball team, a role that speaks to his ability to lead by example and inspire those around him. After high school, Mike took his talents to Boston University, where he walked onto the men's varsity basketball team, a Division I program. While balancing the demands of collegiate athletics, Mike also excelled academically, earning his degree in biology, graduating summa cum laude. His journey demonstrates the power of hard work and time management, skills that have been crucial as he continues to challenge himself in new ways. Today, Mike is a second-year medical student at Boston University School of Medicine, where he continues to pursue his passion for learning and helping others. His story is a testament to the incredible things that can happen when you commit yourself fully to your goals, no matter how challenging the path may seem. Mike's journey is an inspiration, and we are grateful to have him here with us today to share his experiences. Please join me in welcoming Mike Quinn.
Thank you. Thank you for the great introduction, by the way. I'm honored to be a guest speaker tonight, so thank you to everyone a part of the induction ceremony for having me, and congratulations to all of you on your induction to the National Honor Society. Whenever I think back to any ceremony I've been to, the guest speaker was always old, bald, and loved to talk about things that happened 30 years before I was born. The good news for all of you tonight is I'm a lot younger, have a lot more hair, and will hopefully be a lot more relatable than the speakers I've had to listen to. And instead of rambling on like most speeches do, I want to use this time to give you all some practical advice you can leave here with. This may be different from the typical advice you get from your family or friends, but advice you'll soon have to use as you move on from Taunton High. I ask that you trust me and take this advice, as I'm not too far removed from where you're sitting right now. I know during my introduction they tell you all the things I've accomplished, but I started at East Taunton Elementary, went to Martin Middle School, and graduated from Taunton High, as you will all soon do as well. To get my points across, I'd like to share 3 stories with you. Story number 1. I was a junior at Taunton High, and I was getting ready to try out for the school's varsity basketball team. This consisted mostly of me praying for one last growth spurt, but as you can tell, that never came. I had always been a good player, but this was the year I was finally supposed to make varsity, something I had wanted to do since I walked through the doors at Taunton High. The day before the tryout, 2 friends of mine heard of my aspirations to make the team and broke some bad news to me. According to them, there was already a list of players that the coach had predetermined to make the team. If you weren't on it, you weren't making it. As someone who loved the game, hearing that the tryout was simply a formality crushed my spirits. I asked around about this so-called list, and sadly, my fears seemed true. This list existed, and my name wasn't on it. At first, I was pessimistic. I remember thinking to myself, why would I show up if there's no way I can make it? I might as well save myself the embarrassment and move on. Then I started to question, where is this list? Has anyone actually seen it? And most importantly, can't lists be changed? Being the hard-headed 17-year-old I was, I decided to go with my gut. I was going to show up whether I was on that list or not. It wasn't until years later that I found out I wasn't on that list. But in the meantime, I not only made the varsity basketball team, I became a starter and went on to play Division I college basketball at Boston University. All of that's to say, trust me when I say the world is full of lists without your name on it. Sometimes all you have to do is show up and add your name to the bottom. Story number 2. It was early October of 2019, and the sun had just started to peek through the window of my freshman dorm room. 19-year-old me woke up in a sweat. The score for my huge chemistry test was just released. To give you some context, I had just started college a month prior, and I was attempting to do pre-med at Boston University. BU is known for having one of the hardest pre-med curriculums in the country, with chemistry being one of the most challenging courses I'd have to face. As you can imagine, I opened the score with my eyes closed. When I opened them to see what I got, let's just say I wish I had kept them shut. A whopping 60% was staring me in the face. It was an F. I had never gotten an F. And as a matter of fact, I had never gotten anything less than an A. Something had to be wrong. I called my mom and told her I failed, and in my head, I thought I'd likely be going home soon, this time as a college dropout. In that moment, I thought everything I read on the internet about BU had to be right. They make their tests too hard, and it's impossible to do well. After all, I'm a straight A student in the salutatorian of my high school. How could I possibly get an F? That same day, I saw a kid from my chemistry class. And as a nerd myself, I don't feel bad knocking him, but he was the type of kid who studied during the weeks and solved Rubik's Cubes on the weekend, the perfect person to talk to about a chemistry exam. And as a side note, when you get to college, these are exactly the type of people you want in your study group. I asked him what he thought about the exam, and all he could do was laugh. He told me he got a 100%. While I pretended to look excited for him, my heart nearly sank to the floor. I thought to myself, how could someone possibly have gotten 100 on that test? I did everything I could do to ace it, yet I came away with a 60. Then, a crazy idea popped into my teenage brain. Maybe it was my fault. Maybe I could have studied harder. Maybe I could have found people who knew the material better than me and worked with them. Maybe I could have watched a few more YouTube videos. Maybe I could have put my phone down and done just a few more practice problems. It was the first time ever admitting to myself that something was truly my fault. To this day, it stands as one of the most liberating experiences I've ever had. I told you all I'd give you some practical advice before you leave here tonight, so give this a try. No matter what happens, assume responsibility. You fail an exam, say it's your fault. Your friend spills their lunch on you by accident, say it's your fault. It rains on your beach day, say it's your fault. Now, before you think I'm telling you to constantly put yourself down, that's not my intention at all. Most of the time in life, it's not actually your fault. In reality, your friends should have watched where they were going, and will never know who's in charge of when it rains. But when you take responsibility, any anger and frustration at the world goes away, and you feel like you're the one in control. By assuming responsibility for everything that happens, you shift things from being out of your control to something you can improve on. Instead of yelling at your mistaken friend, make it a memory you can laugh at. Instead of blaming the rain for ruining your beach day, maybe it was your fault for planning it on that day. While I use this as an extreme example, I say it to remind you that nothing good will ever come from blaming someone else. Instead of focusing on why I failed that test, I focused on what I could do to ace the next one. 6 years later, I'm standing in front of you all, 2 years away from becoming the first doctor in my family. As you move on from Taunton High, you'll quickly find yourself in positions where it seems like it's anyone's fault but your own. Assume responsibility and move on. When you hold a grudge against the universe, it will hold one back, and trust me when I say it's a battle you don't have enough time to win. Story number 3. This isn't a story about myself, but one I remind myself of often, and it may be cliche, but it goes like this. A traveler came across a group of elephants in a small village. He noticed something unusual. The massive elephants were standing peacefully, each one of them held in place by nothing more than a small rope tied around one of their legs. There were no heavy chains, no cages, just a thin rope tied to a wooden stake in the ground. Curious, the traveler approached the elephant trainer and asked, "Why don't these elephants break free? They're strong enough to pull out that stake and snap the rope in an instant." The trainer smiled and replied, "When they were very young, we used this same size rope to tie them. And at that age, they weren't strong enough to break free. They tried and tried but couldn't escape. Over time, they learned that the rope was unbreakable. As they grew older and stronger, they never tried again. They believed the rope still holds them, so they stayed tied. The traveler was stunned. These powerful creatures, capable of uprooting trees and carrying immense loads, were held captive not by the rope, but by the belief that they couldn't escape. Whenever I read this story, regardless of how cliche it may sound, I'm always able to identify the current rope in my life tying me to the ground, preventing me from getting to the next step. As you all sit in your seats right now, you are capable of accomplishing more than you ever can imagine. After all, I'm a kid from Taunton just like you. I walked the same hallways, studied the same subjects, and went through the same ups and downs as any teenager does. As I leave here tonight, I leave you all with this. Number one, if there's something you want in life, add your name to the list to get it, even when it feels like you don't belong. Number two, take responsibility even when it's hard to. It's the only way to improve. And number three, find the ropes tying you to the ground and break them immediately. You don't have forever. Thank you.
Mike. Thank you. Our officers will now lead us in the formal induction ceremony.
Membership in the Taunton High School chapter of the National Honor Society has been earned by the successful demonstration of 4 qualities held in high esteem by the Society. We call these qualities the 4 pillars. We will now review these qualities and light the candles representing them, beginning with the eternal light of knowledge.
Scholarship. Scholarship is a commitment to learning. It means a student is willing to spend hours reading and studying, endeavoring to enjoy the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. True scholars continue to learn even when their formal education has ended, for education is a lifelong pursuit. Knowledge may lead to success, but it can be acquired only through diligence and effort. Learning lights the lamp by which we read the past and ignites the possibilities of the future. Our candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship. Now, I will light the candle for scholarship.
Leadership. Leaders exert a positive influence on the school. True leaders take the initiative in class and in school and community activities, despite the fact that the price of leadership is sometimes sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal welfare for the benefit of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist, these are ineffective without the guidance of a wise leader. Thoughtful leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is an essential charge to each of our members. Now I will light the candle for leadership.
Character. Character is the force within each individual which distinguishes that person from others. Without true character, one cannot develop self-respect nor earn the respect of others. It is the force of character that guides one through life's successes and struggles. Character is achieved, not received. It is the product of constant action, the daily striving to make the right choices, to practice self-control, and to live with integrity. Our members are charged to demonstrate such qualities as reliability, honesty, and sincerity, proving by example that we value character. Now, I will light the candle for character.
Service. Service can be described in various ways. In the routine of the day's work, many opportunities arise to help others. Willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation and without recognition is a quality we seek in our membership. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and talents to the creation of a better tomorrow. Our candidates have the charge to continually give back to their community. Now, I will light the candle for service.
I'd now like to call upon our associate principals to introduce the inductees to the National Honor Society. Mr. Lefebvre sends his regrets that he's not able to make it tonight. As they are called, new members will sign their names in the official National Honor Society membership book to acknowledge their accomplishment and record their date of induction. Mr. Torres, would you please come to the podium?
Maya Amenova. Patricia Andrade. Benjamin Andrade. Madison Angers. Jasmine Barsalo. Emmy Barton. Shauna Belgrave. Olivia Bellis. Grace Bennett. Braden Blano. Holly Brennan. Alexandra Briggs. Harrison Brown. Ava Burke. Madeline Cabral. Christian Cardenas Rodriguez. Anderson Catley. Caitlin Shavs. Maddox Shavs. Abigail Constantino. Dalen Corpus. I'd now like to welcome Mr. Dominique Williams, Sr. to the podium.
Megan Cunningham. Kaylani Da Silva. Nana Ama Darko. Jillian Delos Reyes. Primo Diaz. Nicholas Dorr. Samantha Duart. Calvin Dewey. Rashmir Etienne. Fallon Faria. Gianna Foster. Narita Hemingway. Shelby German. Dylan Keenan. Adam Kerfine. Rowan Kimmer. Jeremy Neef. Nathan Caloros. Megan Proctor. Emily Lane. Kasten Laval. I would now like to welcome Mrs. Lee LaFave to the podium.
Nevaeh Leandre. Luke Lemaire. Julia Lurie DeRosa. Ethan Lobo. Eric Lobo. Alex Mangot. Rachel Maynard. Reagan McLaughlin. Dylan Medeiros. Nathan Medeiros. Corbin Mello. Mia Mendes. Liana Mora. Eleni Murphy. Kizzy Ngola Lopes. Tyler Narciso. Olive Yomo. Talia O'Leary. Ofariwa Obangapau. Nana Obangapau. Moyen Odebumi. Sophia Olania. Gracie Oliveira. Sarah Pesante. Max Pelzarski. Andrew Pepin. Kaylee Pereira. Jacob Pereira. Adam Pereira. Delia Podgorski. Logan Rebello. Alexa Reinhardt. Nildelise Rivera. I'd now like to welcome Mrs. Tricia Tweedy to the podium.
Madeline Rodriguez. Kayla Rogers. Megan Singh. Aaliyah Sakira. Leah Sarabian. Gabriella Taforo. Melissa Torino. Monica Vital. Megan Viveras. Quanell Voltas. Gregory Westberg. Trinity Wilson. Athena Yang. Radia Zaman. Please give a round of applause for all our inductees.
All right, I'm back. To make their induction official, I will now ask that all the inductees and current members of the National Honor Society stand to recite out loud the Society Pledge with me. I pledge to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, principles, You may be seated. You guys sounded like an ensemble and chorus with two different measures, so you did a good job. Now I'd like to call Abigail Doherty back to the podium to make some closing remarks.
On behalf of the Taunton On behalf of the Taunton High School National Honor Society, we have many people to thank for our success and the success of this evening. Thank you to Mr. Cabral, Mr. Barada, and the school committee for your skillful, thoughtful, and compassionate leadership. Thank you to Dr. Harrison and Mrs. Bonneau for your unflagging support for us and every student in Tiger Nation, and for making Taunton High School a place where we are proud to call ours. Thank you to Mr. Torres, Mr. Williams, Mr. Lefebvre, Mrs. Lefebvre, and Ms. Tweedy for all you do every day to support us and being here to celebrate this important milestone. Thank you to our teachers, guidance counselors, coaches, and advisors for challenging us, cheering us, and giving us opportunities to deliver our talents. We owe a tremendous debt of gratitude to those who have worked behind the scenes to make tonight possible. Members of the Faculty Advisory Committee, Mrs. Barriga, Mr. Fox, Mr. Homer, Mrs. Menard, and Mrs. Olette, who devoted many hours evaluating candidate applications. The broadcasting team, whose time and tremendous talent have helped us create a ceremony that highlights our accomplishments. The culinary arts team for preparing tonight's refreshments. And thank you to our advisors, Ms. Barbour and Ms. Gibson, for their time and dedication in guiding us throughout the year and for making tonight's celebration possible. Above all, we must thank all of you, the family and friends gathered together tonight who have loved, guided, and supported us in all of our endeavors. We are proof that no one achieves anything of significance alone, and we are grateful for all of you for everything you have done to help us reach our goals and achieve our dreams. To all of you, from all of us, thank you. Please join us in the cafeteria for light refreshments.